all the things I'll never do, I'd have to pass them half to you. Oh, I can play and I can sing, but my cousin has a great cup ring.
Donovan Woods' song ideas tend to be a little unusual. He's a folk singer from Toronto with 2 albums to his credit, a 3rd in the works, and a fondness for exploring basic human emotions.
My favorite music is wistful, sort of ruminating on it, you know, just thinking back and being like, oh, that sucked, but it's okay. I think that, like, there's probably a lot of regret in sports. Like, I feel like there's probably a lot of professional athletes experience enormous amounts of sadness and regret. And I think, like, probably that's what rings true to people.
And I've never even seen the thing, and I'm told it's as big as a tire swing. And I've heard of all the prestige it brings. My cousin has a great cup ring.
First thing you should know is that Donovan Woods does not have a cousin with a Grey Cup ring. But the song isn't entirely fictional.
Well, my dad does have a cousin that won the Grey Cup, was a CFL football player. Well, anytime it came up or around Grey Cup time of year, he would say, you know, my cousin won the Grey Cup, you know, so I'm a real part of this. When I thought of it, you know, it struck me as a good song idea.
Donovan's dad's cousin is Glenn Weir, a Canadian Football Hall of Famer from small-town Dorchester, Ontario. Weir spent his entire career as a defensive lineman for the Montreal Alouettes.
When Glenn came back from training camp one year, he could run backwards as quickly as I could run frontwards. We went to the Weir picnics together as kids a lot of times, and of course, whenever there was athletic competitions, I would gravitate to Glenn because we would always win the 3-legged race. I'd just hang on to his legs.
Weir won 2 Grey Cups with the Owls, including the 1977 Ice Bowl against Edmonton. That's the game when the Owls used staples on their shoes to get traction on the icy field at Olympic Stadium. And Weir was named Defensive Player of the Game.
It seemed like, well, half the field was just wet. It made it slippery. I don't know whether it made any difference to my play much or not, but when you're as slow as I am, slippery doesn't matter.
At the family gatherings, he's grandma's favorite living thing. She tugs upon her apron string, and my cousin has a great cup ring. My cousin has a great cup ring.
Weir's reaction when he first heard the song?
I was quite proud of it. Yeah, I heard it. Maybe my grandson, when somebody's playing it, he goes, you know, that was about my grandfather. I'm more proud to be able to say to my kids, when I go to the great football field in the sky, here's some Grey Cup rings for you. I think that's the part that I feel good about. You know, kind of leave a little bit of a legacy for them.
All the things I want in life, well, he's got a car and a beard and a wife. He's not jealous of the way I sing, but I'm jealous of his great cup ring. I'm jealous of the prestige it brings.
Other than Glenn Weir's Grey Cup rings, the rest of the song, according to Woods, is entirely fictional. His father's jealousy, nothing more than artistic license.
I admire any athlete who hones his skills to the level that Glenn did. I think it's even more amazing for Glenn because he came from such rural roots, and Glenn was big and knew how to drive a truck, but I don't think anybody would have envisioned that he would have achieved what he did, having come from a smaller town.
Of all the things I'll never see, I have to tell you honestly that I've got a fairly good baseball swing. My cousin has a great cup ring.
And I think, like, there is an aspect to it that's Canadian at its essence, which is like, I'm still gonna try really hard, even though I'm maybe not as naturally gifted as everyone else doing the thing I'm doing. To think that maybe, possibly, if it were to sort of become maybe a tradition around this time of year that I've sort of woven one thread into the cultural fabric of Canada and what it means to be Canadian and sort of the feeling of that, then that's, to me, that's thrilling and wonderful, and I'd be really honored if that was the case.